If you're new to the channel, I'm Jonathan, co-founder of Pen Portfolio, author of Rent or Mortgage Free Living, How Smart People Optimize Their Finances, and I am a frugal millionaire. Today, I'm going to be watching and reacting to Dave Ramsey advice, where I'll share my personal insights, tips, and recommendations. But before we begin, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. Now, without any further ado, let's get started.
Couple of rules we use. Rule number one is to be debt free, which you are. Rule number two is when you make your down payment, you need to retain enough to call your emergency fund, which is 3 to 6 months of household expenses. The third thing is never take out more than a 15-year fixed rate where the payment is more than a fourth of your take home pay. That's the max. You can qualify for almost twice that much. But that doesn't mean you need to be that stupid. Don't do that. Keep it conservative so you can get the house paid off in less than 15 years. That's the goal. Then the last thing is, if you can figure it out, make a down payment of 20% or more with a conventional Fannie Mae loan, you avoid PMI, private mortgage insurance. PMI costs you about $75 a month per 100,000 borrowed. So we're talking about $225 a month on 300K. That's pretty substantial. And all that is foreclosure insurance that you buy for the mortgage company. If they have to foreclose on you, it covers them. It does nothing for you. But if you put down 20%, you have an 80% loan to value ratio, then you avoid having to buy that ridiculous PMI.
Those are really nice goals, but honestly, most people can't do that. If you're not familiar with Dave Ramsey, he's really focused on helping people get out of debt, and he's done a great job. So I can't really knock him for his program. But with a 15-year mortgage, that really locks people into paying a really high down payment. Now you take that monthly mortgage payment and compare that to your monthly income. That 15-year is really eating up into your monthly income because you're not really supposed to have a mortgage payment that's over 25% of your monthly income. Compare that to professional individuals who are just starting out. That's almost not doable. You don't give them a lot of wiggle room to invest, pay for even their additional expenses. And now you're talking about them saving up 20% of a down payment. Yeah, that sounds nice, saving up. But can you imagine how many years that will take to save up 20% while home prices are just keep on getting higher and higher? That home price is just getting away from them that they may never able to buy a house. So although it sounds great because it's kind of forcing you to focus on paying down that mortgage as fast as possible, I really don't think it's realistic. If anything, I would prefer people to get a 30-year mortgage with getting a down payment as low as possible just so that they can kind of buy a home sooner. And then with any extra money you may have, you could put that towards the principal of that 30-year mortgage and treat it like a 15 mortgage, but at least this gives the person some more flexibility. And in regards to that PMI that Dave Ramsey says to avoid with that 20% down payment, once again, as you put more towards that principal, you get that loan down to 80%, that PMI gets knocked off automatically depending on your lender. So, although I understand what Dave is doing to help people avoid debt and getting it out of debt as soon as possible, in a more realistic situation, that's very difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it really pushes people out of owning their home because with this kind of structure, they may not be able to own a home or be able to afford one.
Use my credit cards for all my expenses. However, I always pay the full statement balance every month, never carry a balance. It's always on auto pay. Never paid anything in interest or fees. By doing this, I take advantage of the sign-up bonuses, the cashback rewards without going out of my way to buy things I wasn't already planning on buying. It's also given me a huge boost on my credit score. And I feel like I might be beating the system. I'm completely open to constructive criticism.
Okay.
If there is an argument against it, absolutely.
Well,
I
let's play it
want
out
what's
with your
best.
own situation.
let's just
Kyle.
play it
And I
out.
truly want to help you, as fun as it is to have a friendly debate.
Yeah.
What do you make a year?
I don't know how much it adds up to in a year, but I make it. I bring home $5,300 a month.
That's your take-home pay after taxes?
Yes.
You bring home $63,000 a year. How much of that have you put away for investing in savings?
My living expenses, including just anything I need, all the essentials, I only pay like $1,500 a month. Everything else just goes into investments.
So you're investing like 60% of your check into investments every month.
So $3,800 goes to investments. What investment is that and what account?
So I have ETFs on like Charles Schwab. I also have like a 401k.
The wealth that you've accumulated has nothing to do with credit cards, Kyle. It has everything to do with your ability to flex your savings muscle and put away 60% of your income on live on less than you make.
Yeah.
So you're much more aligned to us than you think. And here's the thing, even if you pay it off perfectly, every study shows that you spend more when you use a credit card. 48% of people statistically pay off their card every month. So you're in the 48%. But here's the deal. Researchers from MIT did a study in 2021. They used fMRI technology and they looked at brain activity when people were swiping that card. And so this is what's wild. We've already proven that credit cards reduce the pain of payment, but this study added another layer. Not only do credit cards release the brakes on spending, they also cause our brain to step on the gas, accelerating the spending. And so when it hurts less, it costs more. And I'm telling you, when you spend your own money, even though you tell me you treat it just like cash or a debit card, I'm telling you, it causes more pain than using someone else's money and paying it back later. If you're making $60K take home, you might be getting $1,000 in rewards.
Yeah.
That doesn't add up to much when it comes to wealth building.
I mainly, I'll farm the sign-up bonuses. So like if I plan on buying a computer, I'll like find a credit card that will give me a sign-up bonus and earn $100 back.
And you can play that game. And I'm telling you, you can do that and you'll be successful at it. And you will be the rat in the maze for these credit card companies. And I interviewed someone from Capital One, an ex-manager, who said they run 10,000 experiments on consumers like you to get you to chase the cheese in the maze and think you won. And they zoom out and you go, oh my gosh, I'm a rat in their maze playing their game. You are spending a lot of brain calories for a smart, successful man serving our country. Too much time and energy putting into maximizing rewards. You'd be better off starting a business, a side hustle, and putting your time and energy into that instead of helping Capital One sponsor the next Taylor Swift tour.
So once again, the Dave Ramsey program is focused on people getting out of debt. And that also includes credit card debt. So the recommendation is for people to get debit cards, only spending the cash they have versus having a credit card and potentially paying credit card interest. Once again, this is just an example of how financial advice can always be generalized. Everyone has a different situation. And that's why when we do our financial coaching, we actually meet with people to actually understand their current situation, understand their spending habits, their behaviors, and then we can come up with a plan that can help them reach their financial goals. For this particular individual, he's doing fantastic. He's spending only $1,500 on his basic needs while investing 60% in building wealth. How does that happen? No one's holding his hand. It's internal. It is his mindset. So whereas I understand the Ramsey program saying, hey, don't have a credit card, just have a debit card. So it prevents you from spending money. This guy actually has the self-discipline to pay off his balance every month to avoid that debt. So instead of limiting someone to a credit card, you should actually take a step back, understanding their root mindset. Are they a spender? Are they a shopaholic? Because that's really a bigger problem than them using a credit card or debit card. Because if they're addicted to spending, then they would just naturally spend all the money in their bank account, losing it all. Whether you have a debit card or a credit card, that's something more important to focus on here. Once again, I don't mean to plug our coaching, but that is what we focus on. People's internal spending behaviors. Where did that come from? And then from there, you will have the right mindset to make better decisions. For this guy, he's doing great. He's self-disciplined and he's investing. He's building wealth. So although they do a study, although George talks about a study where if you have a credit card, you'll be more likely to spend. And that's where I feel like having a budget will prevent you from spending. Part of budgeting is looking back of your past spending habits, your past 3 month spending habits, and analyze, okay, how much am I really putting here? Once you set your budget and you stay within your means, hey, go for it. Because if this guy is spending X amount of dollars in a certain area and he's budgeted for it, That's okay with me because he set aside it. He's put a budget where he's allowed to do that stuff. And if he's using a credit card and paying it off, I don't see anything wrong with that. He's doing everything fine. This guy is self-disciplined, living below his means, investing, building his wealth, and he's avoiding debt. What's wrong with that? Now, once again, I'm not really trying to knock down Dave Ramsey's advice because they really helped a lot of people. And that's great. But everyone's financial situation is different, and everyone's plan needs to be how do you say it, fine-tuned to someone's particular situation. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please give a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you are looking to take control of your financial future, we offer financial coaching. Just click the link in the description below for a free consultation on how we can help you master your money. Now, once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your support, and have yourself a great day. Hey, bye.